Hi, in this video we're going to look at the slide deck on the join clause. And the join clause is used to join two or more tables together. So the topics we're going to cover are the join, multi-table joins and outer joins. So a join is an SQL instruction to combine two or more tables together. When you join those tables together, it's the intersection, and so what's returned is basically what's in common between the two tables. So you're matching the primary key of one table with the foreign key of another table. So for example, if you have courses and students and you're joining them together based on the course code, so the course code would be the course that the student is registered on. So if you have courses that there's no students on, well then in the result set, those courses will not appear in the result set. Okay. The join is known as an equi-join, so there must be a match between the primary key and the foreign key, or an inner join. The join keyword selects all rows from both tables if there is a match between the join columns in both tables, i.e. the primary key, foreign key link. So you select the column names from table 1, you join table 2, and then you specify what column in table 1 matches what column in table 2. So we just have a different example here. So we have customers and orders. So we have in customers, we have customer ID, first name, last name, email, their address, their city, their state and their zip code. In the orders table then we have order ID, the date of the order amount and the customer ID of the customer who made the order. So as you can see, we have 5 customers: George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison and James Monroe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the orders then we have 4 orders, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll see that order 1 was made by customer 1, who's George Washington. Order 2 was made by customer 3, who's Thomas Jefferson. Order 3 was made by customer 2, who's John Adams. And order 4 was made by customer 3, who's also Thomas Jefferson. So there's no orders made by James Madison and James Monroe, who are customers 4 and 5. So if we join those two tables together using an inner join, James Madison and James Monroe will not appear in the result set. So select first name, last name, order date, order amount from customers, join orders, and customer ID is equal to orders.customer ID. So where the customer ID in the orders table matches the customer ID in the customer table, we're joining those two tables together. So we're returning the first name, the last name, the date and the order amount. So as you can see, James Monroe and James Madison do not appear in the result set. Because both of those tables, the field name that's in common, i.e. customer ID, is the same name, we could write that with a natural join. So we could have said there, select first name, last name, order date, order amount from customers, natural join orders. If the field names, i.e. the primary key, foreign key link, if the columns are the same, have the same name, well then you can use a natural join. So this example here is from our own example. So here we're selecting the copy ID and the title from book, join book copy, and the book.isbn is equal to the book copy.isbn. So if we select at the moment from the book copy table, you get the copy ID and the ISBN and the date it was acquired and the date destroyed, etc. But all you see are numbers and they mean nothing to you because you don't know a book's ISBN. Whereas if you have the copy ID and the title, well, you can see the copy ID, maybe number 1 is JavaScript or whatever, or SQL or whatever. So we'll perform that, execute that statement now. So I'll just switch into my laptop. So I have the library. So I'm going to say join, copy ID, select copy ID title from book join book copy on book.isbn is equal to book copy.isbn. Okay, so when I execute that statement now, you're going to see your 60 copies of books and you're going to see a title for each one. So from that you can see that JavaScript has 7 copies, Maths for Business has 3 copies, Financial Accounting has 4 copies, etc. And it makes more sense rather than selecting just doing select asterisk from book copy. And if I execute that, see you're getting copy ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you see the ISBN, and it is of no sense to an end user. Whereas if you see it with the title, it makes more sense. Now, if I leave out the on clause, so if I just say join, select copy ID title from book, join book copy. So I'm going to execute that statement again just to show you. So it goes from 1 to 60. So basically for each book copy, it joins it with the book table to tell you what that ISBN, what that title is of that book, i.e. through the ISBN. Okay, and we have 60 book records in our book copy table, so our result is 60 records. Now if I take this out, because remember every book has a number of copies, but every copy belongs to only one book. So now if I just do a join without the on, watch what happens. You're getting basically every book copy joined with every book. And there's 15 books, so basically our result set is 15 by 60, okay, which is a lot of books. So you see there, copy ID 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then it goes copy 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So basically it's joining every copy ID with every book that we have. Okay, so that's incorrect. Okay, so Control Z, and there it's back again, and it's correct now. So when you're joining, you have to use your on clause, or because in our join here, the ISBN is the primary key in the book table and the ISBN is the foreign key in the book copy. So that's fine. So what we can do now is to speed that up is I could just copy this and change and finish it and just change this to a natural join. A natural join is a join between two tables where they have a column in common, i.e. the ISBN is a column that's in common, okay, so it's the primary key in one, it's the foreign key in the other, but both of them have the same name. The foreign key hasn't been renamed essentially. So now when I execute it, I get the same thing. There's my 60 copies. So the natural join works perfectly if the primary key and foreign key have the same name. Often people rename them. And if they do, well then you just use this version of the join. If they're the same name, you can use the natural join. Okay. An alternative way to write the statement is to use the natural join. This allows you to omit the on clause, but the join columns must have the same name. So there's the same statement as we had in SQL. So in each select statement, when you're doing a join, you really need to look at 4 things. Identify the tables that the columns. So look at your query, you see your columns of data. What tables are those columns in? If they're spread over more than one table, obviously then you need a join. If they have a where clause, maybe the where clause, the column that's in that you're restricting the data from might be in another table. Again, then you need a join. Okay, so you identify which tables have the data you are looking for, and these tables are used in the join clause. You identify which columns are the primary and foreign key links. These will be used in the on clause. And if both of them have the same name, well then you can use a natural join. You identify then what columns you want in your output. Okay, and you put that in your select statement. And then if you have any where clause, well then you can add those as necessary. Okay, a multi-table join is just where you want to join a join joins 2 tables. So if you need 3 or more tables, well then that's a multi-table join. So if you have 3 tables, you need 2 join clauses. When we wanted to join 2 tables, we needed 1 join clause. If it's 3 tables, well then it's 2 join clause, etc. So a multi-table SQL join is an instruction to combine data from 3 or more tables. So as you can see here, you have an intersection there of 3 tables. You just add another join, that's all you do. Okay, for example, for each loan, we want to return the student's name who borrowed the book. Okay, so we get that from the student table. We want the title of the book borrowed. So the title for a book comes from the book table. And the dates loaned and returned. Okay, so we want the date out and the date back. So date out and date back are in the loan table. We want the title of the book, that's from the book table. So I know student joins with loan because in the loan table we have the student ID, it's a foreign key. The title of the book is from the book table. Student ID is not a foreign key in book. Likewise, ISBN isn't a foreign key in student. ISBN isn't a foreign key in loan. Loan ID isn't a foreign key in book. So what we need as well is book copy. Copy ID is a foreign key in loan, and that's book copy, and book copy is related to book through the ISBN. So therefore we require 4 tables: student, book, book copy and loan. So therefore we need 3 joins. Again, we do the 4 statements. So we identify the tables that have the data you're looking for. These table names are used in the join clause. So we need student, book, book copy and loan. We identify then which columns are the primary key, foreign key links. So we can't join student and book. So we could start off maybe joining student and loan, or else start off with book, joining book and book copy, and then move it from there. So if we join student and loan, we can then join loan, and then we can join it to the book copy, and then we can join it to the book. Likewise, if we start off joining book and to book copy, we could then join book copy to loan, and then join loan to student. So you need to look at your orders as well when you're doing that. We identified columns then we want in the output, and so we want the student name, we want the title, and we want the book, the date out and the date back, and then any conditions if there's any where clauses. What was the question? For each loan, so therefore there'll be no where clause. Okay, so there we have the 2 versions. We have the natural join and using the on. So we're concatenating the first name and the last name, and the output will be name, title, that comes from the book table, date out, date back comes from the loan table. So from book, join book copy. On book.isbn is equal to book copy.isbn. Join loan on book copy, that copy ID is equal to loan.copy ID, and then we join it with the student on loan.student ID is equal to student.student ID. And I'm ordering them then in alphabetical order. If we use the natural join, again we're doing the same selection from book, natural join book copy, natural join loan, natural join student, order by the name again. Okay, so I'll move in here. All right. So if I want to see the books that are on loan, so I just want the name and the title and the date due for each book. So if I say select, again I'll do my concat, say select concat F name, L name, sorry, as name, title as title, and date due. Sorry, just see a spelling mistake. And date due as and due date. And then we'll do our same from as we had there. So from, so we'll start off with student, natural, join, loan, natural, join, book copy, natural, join, book, where date back is null. So they're the books that are currently on loan, and again order by L name, F name. Oh, sorry, we're missing a comma there. Missing a comma. Excuse me again. Yeah. So Martin Roach has macroeconomics, was due. It's not due till the 29th of September. Stephen Ryan has maths for business, not due till the 27th of September. And Philip Walsh, jQuery for novices, that was due the 21st of February. I'm recording this on the 20s. I'm recording it today on the 21st of February, so or 21st of September. So if I record this tomorrow, this book there would be overdue. Okay, so there's your natural joins, and it's very handy. So just be careful. Like if I did it there from student, natural join loan, and then I did natural join, if I did natural join book. Okay, let's see all the books that'll come out, because there isn't a join. It's basically, it's taking Okay, we have the date back as null. We had the student joining the loan, but now it's joining them with every book, essentially again. Okay, so just be very careful on your joins. Okay, so I'll control that and execute it again. And that's correct. Okay, so sometimes when you get output, the output may not be correct. So always just check that that the output is correct, and then you can continue with more queries. Okay, we switch back in again. So there's your multi-table join. So all it is joining tables together, but you just, for each table you want to join, for each table that you want in your output, it's another join essentially. Okay, an outer join then. So recall when we had the example with the customer and the orders here in the slide deck, we had 2 customers that did not have any orders. So say I want to perform a query, so give me a list of all the customers I have on the books, even if they haven't made an order yet. So even if they haven't made an order yet. So if I'm joining them with your query might be, give me the list of customers and the orders that they've made, but even if they haven't made an order. So therefore, if you do a join, you're going to miss out on customer 4 and 5 because they didn't make an order as yet. So therefore they won't be in the output. An outer join allows you to do that. An outer join works on just on one table. So basically, if it's a left table, you're taking all the records from the left and joining it with the table on the right, even if there isn't a join. Okay, and when you join them together, the columns that should be in common or from the other table will accept null values. Okay, will output null values, I should say. Outer joins. When performing an inner join, rows or records from either table that are unmatched in the other table are not returned. However, in an outer join, unmatched records in one or both tables can be returned. So to perform an outer join in MySQL, we use either the left join or the right join. The left join returns only unmatched rows or records from the left table, and the right join returns only unmatched records from the right table. So the left join, as you can see here, will include so if this is customer and this is an order, it'll return me all the customers, even if and then it'll join them and tell me the order date and all that, and it'll give me the what's in common as well. So the left join keyword returns all records from the left, i.e. the first table, with the matching records in the right table, i.e. the second table. The result is null in the right side when there is no match. So example, here we go again. So here's our customers. And as you saw earlier, we had 4 orders and they're made by customers 1, 2 and 3. So therefore 4 and 5 have unmatched values. So if we perform the same query as before, so select first name, last name, order date and order amount from customers, but this time put in left join orders on customers or customer ID is equal to orders or customer ID. So the order date and order amount are null for James Madison and James Monroe because they've made no orders. So here I see a list of all my customers when they've made orders, but for customers who made no orders, I see null value. So therefore they've made no orders. Okay, so I'm going to go back into hours now, and we'll do a query on students who have not made loan. So we'll do a query with students and loan, and only some of my students have made loans. So therefore, we'll do an outer join then to show you all students. So if I select, I'm just want to copy this down. We'll just do it on 2 tables, just to make it quicker. Okay, so if I execute that, so for every loan we have another student. So how many loans have we? 1, 2, 3. We've 13 loans. So there in the output we've 13 records. Okay, and as you can see, Philip Walsh has made 3 of those loans, Orla Ryan has made 2, and Brown has made 2, Stephen Ryan has made 2, and then Martin Roach, Cathal Mooney, and Martin Roach has made 2 actually, and Cathal Mooney has made 1. So if I just here now do select asterisk from student and execute it, we'll see other names here like Marie Ryan, Kevin Roach, Claire Kelly. They all are all students. They're not in my output because you haven't made any loans. So now if I want to see all students regardless of whether they've made loans or not, I'll put in natural. You can, instead of saying, as well as saying left join loan on, student ID is equal to loan student ID, because the student ID is the attribute in common and it has the same name, well then I can use a natural. So I'll say natural left join. So if I execute that now, you'll see all the students I should say. And for the students who've made the loans, I get the loan ID and the copy ID of the book they've borrowed. And for the students who have not made loans, I just get null values. So there's the left outer join. So that's useful as well. Okay, so I'm returning all students regardless of whether they've made a loan or not. Now, if I want to return, instead of the copy ID, I want to return the title of the book that they've borrowed. Again, now I'm going to have to join this this table here, this temporary table of the student joining with loan. I need to join it with book copy and then with book as before. So now when I've done that here, I'm going to have to say natural join with book copy and then natural I have to use a natural left join with the book copy because some of the loan IDs, as you can see here, are null. If I just did a natural join with book copy, the null won't join. So therefore I get rid of all those records again. So we'll just show it in its entirety first. So there, see, yes, James Malone is still null, as is Mary Walsh. But for Philip Walsh, then we see JavaScript, jQuery for novices, etc. Now, if I leave out there the natural left join there, and we can probably leave it over there anyway. So now if I execute it again, as you can see now, I'm getting a full join I'm not getting the full join. I'm not getting all the information now because the null didn't join with the book copy, so therefore I lost it. Okay, so now if I just put back in the left join here, it'd probably still be okay. And see now there, execute it. Okay, still not all right because we still have null values actually for the book copy. So therefore then we need to do a natural left again. So you do left the whole way. And now execute it again. And we're back okay again. Okay. So just to show you that there then. Let's put in the copy ID. Copy ID. And execute it. Yeah, see the copy ID is null, so therefore that's why you wouldn't join. So we need to left join the whole way. So if you are joining more than one table, or maybe two or more tables, and you start off with a left join, you keep going with the left join because you're going to be bringing null values with you. Okay, and you can't, null values won't join. Okay, so just keep going with a left join. Okay, so that's giving me information about all the students in my database. And the book loans they've had, even if they haven't made any loans as yet. Okay. Okay, there's an example there of a left join in here. We have the student, the name, and the copy ID from student left join loan on student.student ID is equal to loan.loan ID. Order by last name and comma first name. So we're returning in alphabetical order, just a smaller version of what I've done there in my workbench. So we're returning the names of all students and the copy ID of the book that they've borrowed, even if they haven't borrowed a book. So you can do it both ways. You can either use the left join and use your on clause, but because both of them are the same name, I can use a natural left join. A right join then is when you're going to use, the second table basically is the table that you want all the records to come from. It's only the ordering of your output. So select name as name again, copy ID from loan. So this time this is on the right hand side. The first table is on the left hand side, the second table is on the right hand side. So I want the same query, but because I wrote loan first, I have to right join it with student. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my SQL. So if I change this around now from my ordering, so I'm going to just copy this and go down here. Okay, and I'm going to change that to X dash, and I'm going to say book copy, natural join loan, natural join book, book and then natural join book, and then natural right join student. Okay, so now if I execute that, you're getting the same information. You're getting all your students and the books that they borrowed if they've made a loan. Because at this point, what happens when you do a join or execute a join, in memory you have this temporary table. So book copy is joined with loan. So you have copy ID, the ISBN, the date acquired, date destroyed, and from the loan table then you have the loan ID, the student ID, the date, the date out, the date due and date back. When you join it with book then table, more columns are joined in this temporary table in memory, where you have what's onto that table then is the title, the publisher, the published date, the category, the price of the book, and then when you join it with student, then you're adding in the student ID, first name, last name, etc. Because I've joined student last, everything up to now, it will join with each other okay. If I left out the right join there, again, it would only give me the students who've made loans, but because I put in the right join student, that gives me all students joining with this table. So if I take out the right join there, we're only going to see the students who made the loans, and there's only a few of them. But if I put in the right join, I'm getting all the students. Okay, so depending on what type of a join you're doing and what tables you're joining together, if your join involves an outer join, you're probably better off leaving it as a right join, joining the table that you want all the data from, joining it last and leave it as a right join, because if you do it as a left join, as we saw there, like if I specified student first and that's the table I want all the data from, I have to natural left join it with every table the whole way down, and the table is very, it might start off very big, and therefore it'll just increase in size as you join all these rows together. Whereas here, you're not joining the student table even if they, your student table, even if they haven't made loans until the very end. So it's not putting that extra pressure on the processor in memory. Okay. So that's right joins. So they're the three types of join you have. You have two types of join that you have. You have the inner join that joins two tables together or more when there's matching records, and then you have the outer join that allows you to join two tables together where one of the tables, even if it hasn't a matching value, will be included in the output. Okay, thank you.